This is Raylene, again coming direct from Maui with another update for you. I noticed this in an image yesterday that this is an aerial image of Lahaina, Maui, and there was a perfect circle around the old town of Lahaina, a fire. It seems really interesting. And there's also images out that the submarine that was parked in the area of Lahaina in the bay completely burned out, and all the boats that were in the marina burned. How does that happen? Maybe somebody can explain it to me and I'm missing something. We volunteered yesterday for Hungry Heroes, which is trying to get supplies desperately to the people who need them in Lahaina and being shut down at every turn. Watch that update if you missed it. And so they were able to get a couple loads in, very chaotic trying to even do that. And they talked to a firefighter who has pulled out many bodies, more than actually the death count that they're giving us right now, just one person. And this next part is going to be extremely disturbing, so please mute if you're sensitive or if you're looking for loved ones. My heart goes out to you. There are many people. We encountered people yesterday still not knowing where their loved ones are. It's very hard to find where people are at due to limited communication and then just disorganization with different shelters going on. But the firefighter and other local accounts said some areas of the town of Lahaina smell like fireworks stands, and then you go to other parts that are more residential and they smell like death. And the bodies are extremely burned and they're disintegrating. They're now asking for DNA samples if you're missing someone, which we all know that we really can't trust them taking our DNA. So that's questionable, but again, I don't know if there's another way for the bodies to be identified at this point. Why aren't they sharing this information? Who are they protecting? I feel like they're trying to protect themselves, the government officials, because everyone's saying it wasn't me. Don't look at my agency. We're not supposed to do the alert system. We're not supposed to do any of this. So they're too busy working on the blame game to do anything about it. And they're just I was feeling yesterday that they're trying to minimize the deaths until the news blows over, and then the real numbers might come out when people aren't paying as much attention. I'm very psychic, and so what I'm also seeing behind the scenes here is that this is part of the Great Awakening. And it is my hope that this tragic situation, as horrific as it is, will be used to wake people up, because there's so many people who still feel like they can trust the government and Fema and all these corrupt organizations, and that they have your highest good, and they're doing everything to stop the locals from trying to help people and shutting down all efforts. I heard that the road was completely shut down again in and out of Lahaina, except for their approved vehicles. Even residents are not, if they leave to get supplies, they're not allowed to go back in. So what are they supposed to do? Then they get displaced on another part of the island that's already trying to house people in need. Some of the shelters are already full. They're closing down shelters, but there's still people sleeping in their cars. This is another example of bureaucracy and red tape that is complete insanity. We're in a crisis trying to help people survive and function. And we were volunteering at Buzz's Wharf yesterday. The building has been condemned, supposedly. And so we're trying to set up efforts to provide supplies. They're having to be kept outside, not even able to turn on lights in the building, because heaven forbid, it's a condemned building. And it's not about helping people. It's about red tape and rules and regulations. If you do have donations, you can take them over to the Maui, I probably can't say it, wharf area. There are boats. We even saw jet skis going through really rough waves to try to take supplies over to those in need on that part of the island, since all the roads going in are shut down. And you can go out one way, but good luck getting back in. I want to say be really careful, and just a reminder, who you donate to. I would recommend finding local grassroots organizations, because I don't feel good about what's going on with FEMA or Red Cross. Press into that and see what you feel about it, but it doesn't feel good to me. The local organizations are doing everything they can do to assist. If you can ship in supplies, that is ideal, because there's only I think they said it takes 10 days for supply shipments to get to our island. Other islands around us are sending supplies. Even when I was working through things yesterday, I saw some bins of medical supplies coming over from Oahu. So I think we're getting things coming in. It's just locals were so amazing at trying to provide support. They took out all the supplies in the local stores of what they had been asking for. So moms that needed diapers and wipes and formula that weren't impacted are now, they weren't able to get those. So hopefully they're coming in soon. As far as I've seen, Costco has been pretty stocked. I have a local health food store in Kihei. It's been stocked. So the ones I've gone to, I went to Whole Foods briefly yesterday to just grab some juice for my baby, and everything looked good. So I think, on the ground for the most part, we're okay, despite what maybe is being shared. I'm extremely moved by the way that the community is working together. My husband went for dinner last night and he talked to a bartender who is trying to collect gas cans, filling those up, and they are boating them over to Lahaina to give people fuel. They can't leave because they don't have fuel in their cars. They've been living out of their cars. They're saying that power could be out for several weeks before it's restored, so they are using the gas in their vehicles just to try to get basic functions done, and they're not able to drive to all the sites. So we need gas cans. One of our friends from the States ordered a bunch of gas cans on Amazon and the order was canceled, so I hope it was canceled because they're sold out because people are shipping them here, not for other reasons. As we were volunteering yesterday, we were working with people who were on vacation. They gave the rest of their vacation to help. Part of their party were professional counselors, and so they were over at the War Memorial giving assistance, like mental health counseling to those in need. So the tourists are doing great. The man who was doing gas deliveries, which my husband's helping him today, my boys and husband, he said that locals and tourists donated the money to pay for his gas just during his shift. And he's like, I'm going to go do another run this morning, which my husband went and helped with. So there's the community is coming together. People, tourists, they are supporting us. It's the government and these agencies that it seems like they want to shut everything down and hinder all assistance. I know if you're local or if you can send any help to Kula, they do need help. There's been a lot of destruction. The fires still there are not contained. The person helping with the gas runs, the man, his houses right next to his house were burned to the ground and he had flames coming up on him. So there's a lot of damage. Unfortunately, I just got an update from my husband. Let me pull that up. Please send healing energy and peace energy here. I'm trying to anchor in everything I possibly can, but people are starting to go crazy. And this does not seem like the aloha spirit, and I feel like there's some nefarious agenda. I don't even know if it's locals doing this. I would hope that it is not. But my husband just reported from he's out today helping, that boat captains out of the Kihei area are not taking as many loads over to the Lahaina area today because several of them were held at gunpoint yesterday, and people took all of their supplies that they were delivering. I don't have an update of who took the supplies, whether it was government officials or locals or implants. At this point, anything is possible. And then he said one of the restaurants that survived in Lahaina that was providing free meals to people in need was robbed, and all of their equipment was taken as well. So again, I really question whether this was locals or if this is sabotage going on behind the scenes, trying to shut down all of the help that is trying to be done. At this point, I'm skeptical. I encourage you to question everything, open your mind, and start looking into this. Dig. Do not take what you see at face value. I've kind of stepped away from the activist mode, but I'm fully back in now with all that's going on here because it is extremely corrupt, and I am honestly, part of me shocked. The conspiracy, the activist part that has dug into things for years to see all the corruption is not surprised at what's going on. I prefer to be, in peace mode, sending love, light, but this has to be exposed. Send Maui your deepest love, support, healing energy. We could use it right now. The community is awesome. The people here just have hearts of gold. So we are in Kihei. We are okay. If you need help, get over to the side of the island. It is very peaceful. Things are kind of going on as usual. From what I've seen, restaurants are able to provide foods. The grocery stores are stocked. So we're okay in that reference, but it is the area that has been badly damaged in the Lahaina area and Kula they're being shut down into Lahaina. There's one road in and one road out. That's how it is on the Hawaiian Islands. There's very limited access. It's not like there's 20 different roads or options to get in or out. So please share. I've been shadow banned on Facebook ever since I even shared my first photo of the fire from my lanai.